Like, yeah. Let's say EA, because EA messes up a lot of games. What's a game they messed up? Plants vs Zombies, right? Plants vs Zombies, great game, yeah. And then they basically they released it onto mobile apps, and they made it more of a Clash of Clans style game, where you have bonuses and it takes time to do it, but you can spend money to make the time get less. So they really made the game more of a they made the game more focused towards what's it, microtransactions, right? Surprise, what do they call it? What did they call it? They called it, what was it? They call it surprise something. I can't remember at this moment. But I think someone made a joke about it, and it was, they called it surprise robberies. I don't remember who it was, but yeah. Surprise, your money's gone. And that's basically what microtransaction is. But just because EA, even if EA went on to make other Plants vs Zombies games, which are not good, I don't believe that I can honestly give a bad review to Plants vs Zombies, the first games. I don't believe you can give it honestly a bad review in that game, because that game's amazing. I'm not going to hold that game, because the game's really like a game is, I don't know how to put it into words, but I wouldn't be able to say this thing is bad just because the company who owns the title does things I disagree with, right? I'm not gonna say the game's bad. Like, I wouldn't say that. I want to give the game. I'm just gonna say my cabin. My cab are my companions, but I'm not gonna give a game a bad review because the company does something I disagree with, right? So I forget, Raven Court, I think, something like that. The people who made Blade Warband, some company I think in Scandinavia, in that area. If I'm not, I might be wrong. What was I gonna say? Oh, just even if Raven Court, I might be wrong on the name who made this, but it's close to that anyway. Just because they do something I disagree with, I'm not giving this game a bad review. I don't think it's right. Mountain Blade came out in, I might be wrong, but it's either 2010, 2011. Really good. Like, imagine, I think it's, video games is one of the things that exist to where you can like, this game was made in 2010, right? With phones, like, yeah, let's talk about phones. A phone that came out in 2009 compared to a phone that comes out in 2020, no chance, right? Cannot compete at all. That's not how it works video games though. A video game that comes out in 2010 can be better than one that comes out in 2020, 2021, 2025, doesn't matter. It can still be better. Because the game's quality is not decided upon technology at the time. You can have the best technology in the world and still make a bad game, right? You have to actually you have to have a good idea, a good system to make the game fun. That's all you need. I don't know, like, okay, there's certainly elements to video games I have no idea about, whether that be coding or graphics or anything. However, regardless of my lack of knowledge of what goes into a video game, I can determine which video games I like. And I know I really like Blade Warband. Which is why I decided to play this game, make a series about it. Doing a playthrough in this game was actually, I'm really glad I did it. I think it's been really fun. And hopefully some people that do want to play this game like maybe are deciding upon it, or maybe just, you know, want to ever do that, and they want to play on Xbox. Hopefully watching me play on Xbox, it gives them the ability to play this game, because this game's really good. But yeah, I don't know, I like things like that, like something that takes skill, right, lasts forever. Or no, sorry, I don't know how to say it. I don't know the words to say it, but I do know that phones and games are completely different, because just how, you know, I made the point. Actually, hold on, before I'm gonna decide what I want to upgrade here. I think Chris would be smart. But yeah, main things in life, when it comes, oh yeah, hold on, I might be looking at my music to play. Hold on, my favorite music. I'm in the mountains. Play it. No, this has to count as mountain. Ah, it didn't work. Maybe it doesn't work on a mountain for some reason, but I was gonna say, certain things take a like, okay, you can have millions of dollars and still make a game bad. Like, a good example of something like that is like Anthem, I think would be an example. It was an EA game that was, I think it had a lot of money into it. I might be wrong with that, but I believe it had a lot of money into it. And I played it on, I think I played it somewhere near the release date. I didn't buy it, but I was still able to play it I was able to play it regardless, yeah. Prison management. And when I played it, I didn't find it I didn't find it as an enjoyable game. I didn't like it, right? And that came out in whatever, recently, somewhat recent at least. In that game, God knows how much money that game had to work on. God knows how much money that. Where would you go? God knows how much money that video game, like the budget for it, right? Only God knows that. I don't want to see the numbers. It would honestly be. I don't think, even if you did see numbers, I don't think you'd be able to process that in your head. That even with however much money, more times, it's probably, but to get into my point, instead of just keep forgetting what I'm saying, I'll sing the cavalry in that. Compared to Anthem and Mountain Blade Warband, I'd rather play Mountain Blade Warband any day than Anthem. And the budget for Anthem compared to Mountain Blade Warband is probably insane. Doesn't matter how much money you put into a game, that doesn't make it good. That doesn't apply to some things in life, such as cell phones or TVs. That doesn't apply to video games, which is really funny. Meaning, like, I think it's really funny. How would the? Well, my point really is that if you want to make a video game for money, you're gonna fail. Video games aren't made for money. They're made to be enjoyed, right? They're made to be liked and played by people because they like it, right? Okay, my units. Video games are played to be liked. So, no matter how much money you have, or whatever you think you can do to make a game, if you don't honestly if you don't have any heart in making a game, you won't play it. No matter how much money you put into it, people won't play it. I think it's really funny. Actually, I quite enjoy that. That's oh wait, hold on, buddy, snipe. I find that super funny, man. But it gets into my next point. I'm not discrediting people who made Anthem, or even, yeah, I'm not discrediting people who made Anthem. I'm sure everyone who worked on Anthem, I'm sure that everyone who worked on Anthem loves making video games. I'm sure they do. But I do believe the company who wanted to make Anthem was more concerned about making money than making a good game. Not the people, the company. And I believe that is the reason why Anthem did not succeed. You can point out many reasons why Anthem didn't succeed. Like, you can say crashes, bugs, cost, timing, whatever, all that. That's not what I'm arguing here. That guy, he couldn't escape from the battle. He's having some problem. What I'm arguing is that a company, if they're only concerned about making money, a game's gonna flop. It's just gonna happen. But yeah, I'm not discrediting people who make the video games. I'm sure they love. I'm almost certain they actually love doing their job and that. But I do believe the company, and they influence the game in a poor way to make people not want to play it. That's what I believe. But oh yeah, I was gonna get to like release dates for games. I do believe, and I'm talking a lot about video games here, but I'm I'm enjoying talking about it, so I'm gonna keep going. At least until I get done with this last point. Release dates in video games, they're very I was gonna say release dates have never done anyone ever any good ever. What I mean by that is, I guess you can say the same with due dates, but a release date for a game has never ever helped the game. All release dates do is generate money from pre-orders or something like that, or whatever. If I'm okay, let's say Mountain Blade Warband gets Mountain Blade Warband remastered, right? Mountain Blade Warband, just better graphics, right? And they announced they're gonna make a game like that. I don't care when that game gets released. The only thing I'm concerned about, Mountain Blade Remastered, is when it gets released, I want it to be good. I don't care when it comes out. When it comes out, I want it to be good. I would rather Mountain Blade Warband Remastered take 3 years and be good, and take 1 year and me be able to play it faster. So I don't really care about release dates. All release dates do is create a deadline for people to fail. You're just setting up everyone who's making the game to fail. That's all you're doing. You're making people who are making the game have to make the game worse, is what you're actually doing. Because they're cutting corners because they feel pressure to do so, because they want to get the game released. So they might overlook the game and make it worse than it could have been because you wanted a release date. And by you, I don't mean like fans of games. I mean, some fans of games want release dates. I don't know. I've never really cared about that. I don't care about release date. If the game's ready, the game's ready. You know, if it's ready to be released, if a game or any content in a game is ready to be released, you should have faith that they will release it. They're not gonna just have it perfectly good to go and just be like, well, we're just gonna sit on it and wait for 1 more year. That's not what they're gonna do. Like, they're obviously just trying to make the game the best they can, right? And when I think it's ready to be released, they're gonna release it. Like, you know, I don't know, it just makes sense. Maybe I'm wrong or something, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah. But yeah, I have faith that Mountain Blade Remastered, which is obviously just, you know, if Mountain Blade Remastered would come out, I believe that the people who are developing Mount Blade Remastered will release it when they feel like it is good enough to be released. I don't want a release date. Not to mention, pre-ordering a game is simply just not a very it simply is not a very smart thing to do. But pre-ordering games is fine, right? Because you can have a pretty good idea of how the game's going to be, right? But you can agree, even if you disagree with me that pre-ordering games isn't smart, you can agree with me that pre-ordering video games is definitely undecided. Like, you don't know for sure, guaranteed, that the game is going to work. You don't know it for sure. You're hoping it works. You don't know it's gonna work. They can show you all the trailers in the world. It doesn't really matter. Because the game could crash. The game could crash. It could be not ready for online. Maybe 2 people get on it. Servers crash. Happens all the time. You know, you don't know. And the game could actually have features that you weren't sure about. Didn't know. Maybe you didn't like the game as much as you thought you did. And you just and then you don't like it, and then you regret pre-ordering. You can disagree with me that pre-ordering isn't smart. However, you can agree that you don't know for sure that whatever you're pre-ordering you're going to love or like or any of that. So I think that about ends my my tangent. That about ends it. In the meantime, we've been using these archers to mow down people. Bum, 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 ba-dum, ba-da-da-dum. Now we're just waiting pretty much till we go to war. And when we do go to war, we'll be ready. Ready, Freddy. It's taking a long time to this guy, but I will get him because I'm faster. There we go. It's fun to tell all your archers to hold fire and get them to formation, and then you simply tell them to fire at will. Got him. Ah, yeah. It's nice. Everyone charge. If archers charge, by the way, they'll reload and then they'll fire and then move up. Reload, fire, move up. It's better to make your archers hold and tell them to fire rather than telling them to charge. In a battle, at least. I probably have a lot of loot. Let's actually sell it. Kundar. Nundar gets it. I don't know about prisoners, but I probably do. I have one C raider. Nice.